Today we're going to go over the thrust lab. Thrust lab is going to be ran on the RC Benchmark GUI, as you see here. To get started, we're going to have to first turn on the power for this guy and get him all plugged up so we can connect to it. You'll see it gives you a COM channel that we can connect to. So we'll go ahead and connect. All right, once we see that, we're going to see that we have manual, automatic, all these controls ready to go. So let's go to manual control. And we have ESC, server 1, server 2, server 3. We only really care about ESC. If we hit this, you're going to hear the dun 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 dun. And that means that this is now armed, so please be careful with it. In addition, we want to probably turn on RPM, thrust, and ESC power. We don't particularly care about efficiency. And then you're going to be able to see plots for the motor speed, the thrust, power, ESC voltage, ESC current. Lastly, before we actually run it, we want to go ahead and get this little guy set up. So we're going to have it in metric, real time. Turn that all the way up to meters per second. We're going to be trying to measure air speed. Turn this up 1 for 200 millivolts. And that's ready to go. What you'll end up doing is once we start running this propeller, you're going to figure out which way the wind's coming based off the propeller attached. And then just hold out front and you'll be able to measure flow rate from right here once it stabilizes. So I'll show you what that looks like. We're going to give a little bit of juice to the ESC. There you go, and you can see it's now spinning. In addition, you're going to see that these graphs are now giving some data. RPM, thrust, power, everything. So at each different ESC voltage that you choose, you're going to be measuring these RPMs, thrust, power, voltage, and current, as well as holding this out in front, letting it spin up. And you can see that meters per second increasing to about 4.7 right now. You can get that data. And you can do that at each different point on the ESC value and for each propeller you need to have attached. And that's all you have to do to run this lab.